I guess it's some good news and bad news. The good news is, if you don't know, Jermain Taylor is out. He's $25,000 bail. The story right now is allegedly he shot these guys. One of them was his cousin because they were uninvited. So you're uninvited, you're basically an intruder. Some type of altercation broke out. And you know, Jermain Taylor went and got his piece and started popping caps. Now, if you don't know, I'm T Street Controversy. The show is called T Street Controversy Live. I cover boxing, news, gossip, rumors, whatever you want to call it. I don't care. So, today, August the 27th, 2014, if you haven't heard, on Tuesday night, Jermain Taylor was arrested for at what it appeared to be that point. As a matter of fact, you know what? I'm going to read the article. Right below, I'm going to put the link to the article. Just click on the Real Combat Media site right below, and it's going to be the first article. So, give me a couple of minutes. Once again, this is T Street Controversy, T Street Controversy Live. I was actually watching one of my retro videos. I want you to hear it's only about 30 seconds long. Listen to Anthony Mundine talk some shit. I know it's just random, but... Alright, so like I said, the article's right below, but I'm going to read it to you real quick. So, hold on. There we go. Former middleweight boxing champion Jermain Taylor was arrested Tuesday morning following a shooting at a suburban Little Rock home, according to a spokesperson for the Pulaski County Sheriff's Office. Mr. Taylor was arrested for domestic battery, first degree, and aggravated assault, said Sheriff's Lieutenant Carl Minden. It was his cousin and another individual that came over to the house. An altercation ensued, and Taylor grabbed his weapon and opened fire. The cousin was hospitalized in serious condition with an apparent gunshot wound. The other man, described as the friend of the cousin, was not injured, Minden said. The two drove away from the home and were found at a Dollar General discount several blocks away. Minden said after a woman believed to be Taylor's wife called 911 shortly after 6 p.m. to report an intruder and a shooting at the home. The names of the cousin and the other men were not released. Taylor, 36, was being held at Pulaski County Jail without bond early Wednesday morning, according to online jail records. His attorney did not immediately return an after-hour phone call seeking a comment. Minden said the nature of the altercation between the men is still under investigation, and Taylor was arrested without incident. He was very calm and very cooperative with investigators, according to Minden. Taylor is due in Pulaski County District Court on Wednesday for a hearing in the case. So, as it stands right now, it is, 1:03 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Jermain Taylor is out. He's made bail, $25,000. If you don't know, he's within the last, about 4 months, has signed with the most powerful man in boxing, the Al Heyman. Now, somehow Jermain Taylor ended up with an IBF title shot against Sam Soliman, and Jermain Taylor, even though he's on a four-fight win streak, he hasn't been in tough competition since being knocked out in his 3 of his 4 lawsuits. One against the first, Kelly Pavlik. Then he had a rematch where he fought very cautiously, protecting the chin, and he lost that. He lost a last round fight against Arthur Abraham and Carl Froch in the Super 6 tournament. And then it was said, well, his career's somewhat over. So he's had 4 fights after that, dangling around in that 161 to 163 pound range, just to see basically is he going to fight at 168 or 160. And pretty much I thought it was kind of somewhat over for him. But now he's getting a title shot on October the 8th, 2014 against a Sam Soliman. A Sam Soliman is a credible opponent. Had fights with Anthony Mundine, who I did a video on earlier, Felix Sturm, and many others. But I did a video early and I had to pull it down because I didn't. You know, because it was a video I did when the news basically first came out. And I didn't say nothing bad or anything, but I was just wondering and questioning, like, why would he be around a situation like that? You know, but now it's known, like, if there's intruders in your home, you know, and let's hope that's really the case, because they didn't charge him this $25,000 for nothing, you know, but could there have been another alternative to not shoot him? And athletes in general, you know, are known to be hot-tempered, you know, are known to not make, you know, the right decisions. Look at a guy like Aaron Hernandez, all the evidence that just was mounted up against him, you know. And what I'm trying to say is, with the biggest fight of his career, you know, and I'm saying the biggest fight as far as, you know, like, this is going to define if he's going to be fighting again, because he's 36 years old. Remember, Jermain Taylor is the last unified undisputed champion, the last fighter to hold all the belts, all the major belts in the weight division: the ring, the WBC, the WBA, the IBF, and the WBO, you know, and probably the IBO too. But he won that. He won against Bernard Hopkins, you know, twice, and that was an accomplishment. So if you look at that, that was his career's accomplishment right now. And Bernard Hopkins always had trouble with fighters like that, you know. So Jermain Taylor's career has been, you know, he's got a good legacy as far as his career is concerned. But if he didn't win this same Soliman fight, you know, then where would he go? Especially if he got knocked out, which is very, you know, possible, because even though he was fighting guys with, you know, the first opponent, you know, after he was back after the Abraham, had 8 knockouts. Then the next opponent, 14 knockouts. Then they moved up to 20, you know what I'm saying? So you go back and check the record yourself. You know, I don't remember the names. I know one of them was Caleb Truax. I don't remember the other names, but what I'm saying is that, you know, now you're going up against a champion, a world caliber puncher. You know, so I just want to know, you know, it's still questions about that chin. You know, but as it stands right now, he is still fighting. You know, even though his cousin, his own blood, has been shot multiple times and is in serious condition. So which means, you know, when you're in critical condition, from my understanding, it's like, oh, you know, like, they may not make it. You know, or there's a good chance they might not make it. Prepare for the worst. But serious condition is like, you know, they might not, but it's looking, you know, we can do something. You know, so, you know, I don't know how this is going to play out. If God forbid this guy dies or whatever the case may be. But until the stories fully come out about what happened with this altercation and this shooting, it's like, well, this is going to hang over Jermain Taylor doing, like, his fights and everything. It's like, you know, his cousin is currently, you know, in the hospital because he shot him multiple times. You know, this is like, you know, some bad PR. You know, so, I mean, even if it's his fault or not, you know, so, you know, being a champion, it's just like, you know, let's hope that him winning that belt will overshadow all this. Or the fact that winning that belt against an opponent that fans really don't know, you know, would help in some type of weird-ass way, because now people are, oh, yeah, he's fighting Sam Soliman, the guy that shot his cousin that was boxing from our town. You know, and I'm just talking about the real shit, you know, how, like, you know, it could, you know, like a situation like that in some freak nature could just help, you know, Jermain Taylor's career. And it's a shame to say it, but I'm just keeping it real. You know, now, as far as going back to, like I said, of defending your home, defending your property, hell yeah. But, you know, it's all about, you know, once again, how did it happen? Now, he had the charges. He was charged bail. At one point in time, it was reported that he had no bail. Usually, when there's a situation when there's no bail, that means there's overwhelming amount of evidence against you, to the point was like, you know, like, you're going to be guilty. So if we let you go, you can just go, you know, like, try to skip the border. Like, nah. But once again, if you don't know, I'm T Street Controversy. This is T Street Controversy Live. That article I just read will be on the website right below, Real Combat Media. Just click the link. And it's also going to have the following articles on the situation. I got a boxing forum down below where you got to actually send a friend request, because what it is there's real boxers, like their Facebook pages and things like that there. So you're not got to make sure the right people are in there. Once again, I'm T Street Controversy. This is T Street Controversy Live.